Space, the final frontier. Scientists around the world are using powerful telescopes to reach out into the vastness of space to learn more about our place in the universe, our past, and possibly our future as well. And some of that research is done right here at the Capstone and will be available in an amusing webcomic sometime soon. Dr. William Keel is here from the university's Department of Astronomy to tell us more. Dr. Keel, it's good to see you again.
Thanks.
Now, what exactly is going on? You've been looking at some weird things in the cosmos. Did I follow the information correctly?
Right. This is a project that follows on to some stuff we had done a few years ago that also had a webcomic related, in which some of the participants in the Galaxy Zoo program, which has now had over 500,000 participants worldwide, were able to dig in to look at some peculiar gas clouds that we discovered they could find, telling us about the history of black holes feeding in galaxies, showing us how they light up clouds 80, 100,000 light years out from the center. And sometimes there's no means of support for those. We see the light, we see that it used to be bright, but there's nothing going on now. And this is interesting, tells us new things about black holes. The cool thing was the discovery that people, ordinary people from all walks of life, ages we know of 13 to 80, were able to go through these online data collections, pick these out. 18,000 galaxies were looked at by a couple of hundred people over 6 weeks. 7 people did them all.
Wow.
And among these, they picked out the ones most likely to have these clouds. We looked at them with big telescopes on the ground and found 19 that were just what we were looking for. Very rare, mostly previously unknown. Interesting enough that we got a fairly big chunk of time on the Hubble Space Telescope to look at them in more detail, really see what's going on. Also, we got a supplement of funding from NASA to do another public outreach program, which in this case is sort of a webcomic. It's got short science fiction stories around the theme, puzzles, a kit of pieces you can print on card and make your own little paper model of a black hole with a disk and jets of material. A role-playing game, be your own scientist and discover. As we've done before, we are premiering these sections at DragonCon in Atlanta this weekend. Out of the over 40,000 people who are science fiction, fantasy, tech fans, it's not hard to find a couple of hundred who will come listen to me talk about the formation of the first black holes in the middle of the night. Will show up till 3 in the morning and watch us take images with telescopes in Arizona and Chile, and show up and watch for these.
And maybe argue with you as well, because that's not how the black hole worked in Star Trek episode, whichever we go.
That's why I've asked not to be on the Star Wars panel. Sometimes the peer pressure does get to me, and I have to do these events in a lab coat and an Einstein wig. Nice. But we get a very attentive, very interested audience.
Dr. Keel, unfortunately, we are out of time, but I'm very jealous of you. I wish I was going to get together DragonCon this weekend, so you have fun. You can find out more about the university's Department of Astronomy online at astr.ua.edu.